reading for, well, just a small reading for each of the 12 signs in regards to the Mercury going retrograde, which is going to be taking place this weekend. So I feel like it's a significant deal for a lot of reasons. It's going to spend a lot of time in retrograde. Um, it's getting Mercury's getting to 22 degrees of Pisces, and then it's going to retrograde back, and then it's going to go direct again. It does go direct, like just as we are entering Aries season. So I kind of feel there's a big deal with this Mercury retrograde. And I thought it would be great just to get some insight and see what's going on for each of the 12 signs in regards to what this looks like for each of the 12 signs. The one thing I am feeling really drawn to, on top of the fact that it gets to that 22 degrees and then it goes direct just as we're entering Aries season. Another big thing I felt with all of this is because so much is taking place in the sign of Pisces right now. And on a collective level, Pisces is 12th house energy. It talks about completions of cycles, it talks about endings, it talks about hidden enemies. It also is a very time to utilize your creative energy. Um, so I feel like this is a very big deal for this season. So let's just kick this right off and see what energy wants to show up, what messages are coming out for the sign of Aries for this transit of Mercury being retrograde. Let's see. First card up is Rejoice in Love. Beautiful energy right there. So, and I'm seeing this, you see the portal right there. So this could be, Mercury retrograde does bring things back from the past. Sometimes they're for reviews, sometimes they're to revise, sometimes they're to close out cycles. So I do see this Rejoice in Love. I do feel like there's going to be some sort of significant shift and change as far as the cycle goes when it comes to relationships, that sort of energy. Right now, I'm doing the sign of Aries, or I'm going to do each of the 12 signs. So if you're just popping on, Follow Your Calling is the next card that's coming up. So again, to me, for this Rejoice in Love for Aries and the Follow Your Calling, I do feel like this is, there, and again, that portal, see the portal of light. I really love all of this because whether this is completing out a cycle, closing out an old uh chapter of your life, whatever this is for you, Aries, I do feel like the portal is there. We are getting ready, like I said, this Mercury retrograde, if you're an Aries rising, is going to be in your 12th house. So that is pretty significant about closing out cycles and all of that stuff in order to embark on this new path. I feel like this is like cleaning the slate, closing up the chapters, tying up any loose ends. When it comes to relationships, love, that sort of energy. Let's see what. I'll pull one more card. I'm going to pull 3 cards for each of the 12 signs. So if you're just popping on, just stay tuned. Your sign will be coming up, or you can come back at a later time and watch it. Third card that came up for you, Aries, is a boundless potential. And you see, this reminds me, makes me feel like the Empress energy. You see that, the solar plexus energy really activated right there. So there is something manifesting in. And again, I felt with these cards as well, there was the original, the portal, right? And then you're going towards the light. And then I feel like this is you manifesting it into your reality, into your physical 3D reality. Very interesting because I got something I'll be announcing very soon. And I'm already so tapped into the Aries energy when we get to that season, but we're not there yet. I will announce it within the next 2 weeks. Bottom of the deck is Face the Unexpected. And to me, I feel like this is a major um, opportunity. To me, this Mercury retrograde, I feel like I said, I feel like it's got a lot of significance when it comes to closing old chapters and cycles in your life, really recognizing now what you desire when it comes to love, commitment, relationships, that sort of thing. I do feel you are being drawn towards something, towards some sort of connection. It may not really pick up or take off until we get out of this Mercury retrograde and get to that Aries season. But I do feel like there is something stirring up in the process of all of that. But I do feel the manifestation is very close and near. So I hope that helps. Next message is going to be for the sign of Taurus. Taurus. Let's see what this Mercury retrograde, what messages are here for the Mercury retrograde in Taurus. First card that comes out is Welcome Change. Beautiful energy right there. I do see a lot of waves in there, so there could be some turbulent energy for you during this time of this retrograde where things seem to be going up and down. It feels like riding some waves. I feel like this is all part of that process of change again. This being in Pisces energy, I know as a like for a Taurus, if you're a Taurus rising specifically, look at your chart and see what house. Any sign can do this. Look at where the Pisces energy, where what houses are in that sign for you, and that can give you a better indication of where this is taking place or happening into your life. But I do feel like there are going to be some ups and downs with this Mercury retrograde for you. Change is not always easy or comfortable, but I do see it's a welcome change. So I feel like it is bringing you to a better place, a higher vibration, something new. And, you know, I feel very positive is how I'm feeling, although it may be very turbulent. Next card two cards that come out, Reach the Unreachable and the Virtue of Humility. So, I feel during this process, and I feel for you, Taurus, just with what I'm seeing already, is that, like I said, I feel these waves of ups and downs, and some things could be more challenging than other things. I'm feeling with this virtue of humility, I feel like there's going to be some humbling moments during this process. But I love to see this reach the unreachable because I feel through this process, you are really going to be able to evolve, ascend, and grow in a very significant way. It feels very light at the other side of this, although I feel for you, Taurus, specifically, just with what I'm seeing, is that it is going to be quite the turbulent ride during this Mercury retrograde. So let's pull one more card for you and we'll see what other energy wants to show up for you. What other energy for the sign of Taurus? Next card up is Treasure of Abundance. And again, see the waves. It feels to me like this Mercury retrograde is going to be, like I said, I feel like having to ride a lot of waves because I feel like there's a lot of, we can see the changes that are coming through from this. And again, I do feel like there are going to be some challenging moments. Look, bottom of the deck, let go of the past, right? I do feel there will be some challenging experiences or moments during um, this retrograde period. And I do feel like it's not always easy to let go of things, right? Like change, like I said at the very beginning of all of this, well, it says welcome change, and change isn't always easy. It's, we step out of our comfort zone, and that's not always, an easy thing for some people to do. Some people it's more of a challenge than others, but I do see success and you reaching, like it says, treasure of abundance and reach the unreachable, right? Like I feel you reaching a milestone or something that you really desire. And again, I will put it out there that I feel like when you're really going to see this taking off, I feel like this Mercury retrograde and finishing out this Pisces season is about tying up loose ends, closing out old chapters and cycles and leaving some things behind, right? As we get ready to go into Aries season, which is all about initiating a new beginning. So I hope that helps you. All right, let's look at the sign of Cancer. What messages want to come out for this Mercury retrograde for the sign of Cancer? I'd appreciate it if you guys are sitting here watching this If your message is resonating with you, please leave a like on this video, thumbs up it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate that. Cancer, the card coming up for you, the first one is Face the Unexpected. So I do feel, and I do see a person here who looks a little bit overwhelmed with this unexpected, what gets brought to light. Mercury retrograde does bring things back from the past. Sometimes it can bring back things that are unfinished. It can bring back things that were unknown. There's so many variables when it comes to Mercury is a planet of communication, information, that sort of thing. So, you know, um, it happens, and sometimes it's more intense than other times. So I do feel like there is an unexpected um, either bit of information or some conversation or some sort of communication that's going to come in that I don't feel you expected or that you seen coming or see coming. I feel like it is something that's got to be addressed though, and I do feel like it could be a little bit overwhelming just from when I'm looking at this card. So let's pull some more energy and see where else is coming out. You have the welcome change as well. There it again. I feel the waves of a lot of turbulence. I'm seeing it's really sticking out to me that you can't, well, maybe you can. This is really purple right there. It gives me that vibe of the crown chakra. So, and I'm seeing a lot of green in both of these cards. So, whatever this is, I feel like there's going to be a lot of downloads, a lot of information, a lot of things that are going to come in to assist you in some way, like through the downloads. And I also feel whatever this is, I feel on the other side of it, because of all this green, I do feel like it's going to really be good for the heart. I feel like there is a lot of love that's coming through with all of this. And I do see, or it could be in regards to someone you love, take what resonates, release what doesn't. But so let's keep going. I see a Face the Unexpected, welcome the change. Next card that comes up, make work fun. I feel like this. You see all that fire energy? Mm. To me, like when I'm looking at this right away, it almost makes me feel like that tower. And I feel with all that fire, and I feel with this, the center of it being lit right up like that, nice and white, pure energy. I kind of feel like something is about to just, I feel it be exposed. And it does talk about work, make work fun, but I feel like this is really telling me that there's something that's like old, that is outdated. Maybe that's something that you've resisted releasing, surrendering, letting go of, right? And I kind of feel like this could be something very unexpected that you're faced with, through divine intervention, is how I'm feeling it. And then we have the time to play. So I'm kind of feeling you maybe have been not making enough time for like lightheartedness, fun, joy, happiness, hanging out with friends, doing things that bring you pleasure, excitement in some ways, shape, or form. I kind of feel like there is a divine intervention that's going to be coming through with this Mercury retrograde that is going to somehow assist you with that part of your life. And again, please look at your natal charts. They're free. Go online, free natal chart, free birth chart, whatever you want to type in there. You can get your birth chart for free. Get the information. I'm telling you, this is happening in Pisces. It's going to be starting to retrograde at the 22 degrees of Pisces. So you can see what house that is located out. And then it will, like I said, it'll retrograde back and then it'll go direct again. So you can see the areas it will be covering. Sometimes it's covering more than one house. All right. So I don't know why I just did Cancer when I missed Gemini. I'm sorry, Gemini. You're next. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. All right, Gemini, you're out of order. And here it is, that's your ruling planet. So that's weird that I skipped you. Sorry. All right, Gemini, let's see what we have for you for Mercury being retrograde. And again, this is your ruling planet. So, first card that wants to come up is Welcome Change. There is going to be a lot of transformation and changes that are taking place in all of this energy. That is a definite. Like I said, there's so much energy in that house of Pisces or in that sign of Pisces right now. So, welcome change, stand in your strength. And it's very interesting because I always say when I pick this card comes up, right? I feel like this is that Neptune right there. Neptune is the ruling sign of Pisces. Neptune is in Aries right now, just conjunct with Saturn not too long ago. So that was a pretty aha moment, pretty significant energy still playing out, that sort of thing. So I'm seeing this welcome change, stand in your strength. Wow, portal to success is at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like this is a very big change that's taking place for you. It feels like a major milestone, major life um, completion of a major life cycle or part of your life or something. Bask in nature. So it could be very important for you to get outside right now, get some fresh air, ground yourself if you're feeling a little, out of sorts. Virtue of humility. Again, this could be like I'm feeling when I'm seeing this card humbling moments, and I've seen it. I don't remember what sign it was. A couple, like a sign or two back, it was where I did see this. There's some humbling experiences or moments that are taking place through this change. I love to see this energy though of you standing in your power, standing in your strength, and again grounding yourself. You are an air sign, right? So it's important to ground yourself, get out into nature. I don't know where you are located, but if you can put your bare feet on the ground, that'd be an awesome thing to do. If not, then, at least get out there and absorb that fresh air and that energy from nature, the trees, looking at water. I don't know if there's grass where you are right now or if it's still winter covered with snow, but even the snow can bring a very beautiful scenic or a visual, that helps enhance and lift a spirit. So, all right, sorry didn't do you it in order. Next sign up, this is going to be for Leo. Leo, what is going on for you with this Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Pisces? Oh, too many cards. Yes. Two cards came out. Manage your time and grateful for life. So I am seeing a lot of purple energy. I'm also seeing I'm seeing a lot of green in there. I'm feeling a lot of downloads again. Like, I also feel, which I don't understand why, because maybe it's because I'm seeing this manage your time. Um, but I feel like it's about being more intentional, right, with your time and what you're investing your time into. I'm also feeling that vibe that there is a lot going to be taking place during this Mercury retrograde for you. So I see this grateful for life. I feel like there are going to be, she's like beautifully looking right up, right? Looking right up. And I feel like this beautiful bright light. And I feel like and I'm feeling this energy with, you may not be able to see it because it doesn't really show up sometimes very good, but I'm feeling that is like a peacock feather, and something about this is just giving me that vibe of a very mystical, magical time. Like I feel like this Mercury retrograde, and I personally have had fantastic experiences during Mercury retrograde. It's not always doom and gloom, so be mindful of that. Where I do feel like it can be a very beautiful time. I feel like something very uplifting is taking place and happening. I also see, it's almost like I see in this card as well, where you're walking towards something. You're walking towards a new, going through a paradigm shift or some sort of shift in your life. I feel like that's very uplifting. I'm seeing a lot of green in here that's associated with the heart chakra. Again, take what resonates, release what doesn't. Joy of generosity, a lot of green again. I'm seeing the bowl here. I'm feeling water element associated with this. So this could be a very I just feel like there's something about this Mercury retrograde that is going to bring forth a lot of things to be grateful for, a lot of joy and happiness. Also, I'm feeling this sharing vibe. Like when I'm feeling that joy of generosity, like I feel like that with the heart chakra really saturated in that card as well. You really being able to give generously, it could be your, love, your time, your energy, whatever this is. I just feel like this very cohesive, feels really good energy for that. So, um, please definitely leave me a message or come back and comment and let me know how this Mercury season goes for you. One more card for Leo. One more card for Leo. Life is opportunity. Yes. Bottom of the deck. What's at the bottom of the deck? Time to play. And I feel like you're going towards something. It looks like running towards the sun, running towards fun, running towards something that I feel is a very high vibrational energy, because this right here just feels like it's off the chart, off the chain when it comes to high vibration to me. And I feel like there's a lot of things, opportunities that are going to be opening up for you. This could be why there is such a strong essence of that heart chakra and the opportunity, right? We've seen them, life is opportunity, the opportunity to um, be generous in some way, shape, or form. So I hope that helps you. All right, next sign is for Virgo. Let's see what energy wants to show up for this Mercury and retrograde for the sign of Virgo. For the sign of Virgo. If you guys are listening to this and this is your readings are resonating with you, please don't forget, if you appreciate this, to give this video a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. And you can leave your comments as long as they're not dumbass comments, because they will get deleted. I will delete them. I don't got time for that. Ooh, Virgo, optimism. Yes, I feel like there's a portal that's opening up for you during this Mercury retrograde. And right away, I feel like issuing a word of caution. Mercury retrograde is a great time to review, revise, reevaluate. It is never a time to like enter into long-term commitments or sign contracts. It is a time of just reevaluating, evaluating things like that. Um, so I feel like there could be, and I don't like to, be a Debbie Downer or anything, but I do want to issue that warning, because like there could be things that come in that may sound so great and look so good, and ultimately, when Mercury goes direct and comes out of shadow, all fall apart, and that's not always a fun. So I'm just issuing that word of caution for you. Let's see what other messages want to come out for the sign of Virgo. We have the optimism card. We got the joy of generosity. And I'm feeling like this, and right away I felt like, because I did see it in here and I seen this portal. So I'm going to say this because right away I see so much green, and that's heart chakra. So I do feel like if you're a Virgo who's meeting someone new and it comes to love, romance, that sort of thing, I'm not saying don't do anything or like get to know somebody or anything like that. But I'd wait until after Mercury went direct and was out of shadow before making any commitment. Like this could be a time of, getting to know somebody and this, that, and the other thing, but like entering into long term commitments during this, I kind of feel like I I don't, I wouldn't do that. I'm just saying we all have free will. You are free to do. And also be mindful, like, because it does say the joy of generosity. If this is in regards to relationship, and you're giving and giving and giving, make sure you have that receptive energy as well, where you're not just giving, you're receiving as well. Make this, it's going to be a two-way street here. So, let's pull one more card out for Virgo. Reach the unreachable. So I do see, I love to see this color right there, that solar plexus energy. I am feeling that this is about manifesting something in, but again, I'm just going to say, like, yes, you could be manifesting something into this. Wow, look, even right there, sacrament to the present. This is somebody getting ready to receive, but you want to make sure that, Mercury is about communication, it's about information. Um, it's in them, you just really want to make sure that it's a solid energy, like a real deal. And sometimes Mercury can throw our mind, our thought process way out of whack, especially when it's going when it's retrograde, right? So I do see something manifesting in for you in this new portal. I'm just issuing the word of caution to. And look, I love this. I walk around like this all the time with my arms like, thank you. I'm so grateful. Open, ready to receive, right? This sort of energy. And I feel like this is what is happening for you. I just feel like it's important not to dive in head over heels and really solidify something or lock something down until after you're out of that Mercury retrograde shadow. All right, next sign that comes up is for the sign of Libra. Let's see what messages want to come out for the sign of Libra. Messages for Libra. First card out, coping with grief. I feel like this is something from the past. Stand in your strength. I feel like there is something that's going to come through. Unfortunately, I have to say what shows up, but it feels like there's going to be something that from the past that comes back. And I don't know if I would, I kind of feel like it is something, it can be something that you weren't aware of, that intuitively you thought, but you never had the physical validation. And then all of a sudden it's coming back in, and the truth and the clarity is being exposed and revealed, and you're finding out. And then it's kind of like you have to go through I feel like it's the grieving process of seeing a truth for what it is versus maybe the illusion that you believed it was. That's just the vibe it's given me. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. Don't make anything fit. Coping with grief. What's the next card that comes up? Let go of the past. Dang. I do feel like that. I feel like something from the past is coming back for you, Libra, and it's to bring clarity on the situation. It's so that you are able to move forward based on facts, on truth, on having clarity, that sort of energy. Um, it could be I see the moon in here really strongly, so I kind of feel like it's something that's going to be discovered sometime around the a moon cycle. I don't feel like it's the new moon. I feel like it is the um full moon is how I'm feeling with this, but I do feel like there's news and information that's going to come back that, and I mean, it does feel to me like it's so that you are able to move forward with truth and clarity, right? Knowing what really happened or something like that, and allow you to make peace with this, to grieve that whatever that is and let go of that, because it does say let go of the past. Next card out is blessed assurance, and when I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that new portal. I'm seeing you being able to move forward in a new direction. I'm feeling a lot of beautiful energy with this. It gives me a lot of water energy, so this could be very emotional for you, but I'm feeling on the other side of this there does feel to be like this enhanced, um, happier emotional phase. I'm seeing the sun in the background. So I feel like this is all it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's going to allow you to move forward towards victory, towards success, towards beautiful sunlight. Life is opportunity. Open yourself up and ready to receive the new opportunities that come through as a result of all of this. All right, next sign up is for Scorpio. Scorpio, what we have for this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio for Scorpio, not in Scorpio. Mercury retrograde in Pisces, but for the sign of Scorpio. First card up, resolve the conflict. Ooh, this looks like something that is internally bothering somebody. Scorpio, you are a deep sign. So this could be something that you've had hidden, that you haven't, it's been a secret. That's all part of Scorpio energy. You see harmonized life on the bottom. I feel like something's eating away at somebody. A secret, something that's been hidden, something that's been in the dark. Resolve the conflict, it's saying. I feel like this is the opportunity when it comes during this Mercury retrograde to do that. Again, that's the typical kind of energy you do see playing out during um, Mercury being retrograde. So next card that comes up is manage your time. I feel like there's a change, and I know I'm not necessarily feeling it with the cards I'm seeing right now, but I do feel like there's something that's like restricting you, holding you back, gnawing away at you, just not allowing you to be your best self. And I feel like whatever this is, it's because there's an unresolved issue or conflict. Um, and I feel like it's causing some sort of disruption or something, is how I'm feeling with maybe your time management. Maybe things are out of whack. Maybe you're having a hard time keeping up with things. Maybe because you're losing sleep over something. I see the reach the unreachable at the bottom of this, but it does talk about managing your time, resolving the conflict. Let's see. Let's get one more energy for the sign of Scorpio, for the Mercury retrograde in the sign of Pisces, which is, it is a water sign. So you are a water sign, could be in regards to feelings, relationships, but it feels deep to me. It feels like something that's very intense. Wow. Intense. And look at the fire. Redirect the fire. I straight up feel like this Mercury retrograde is I feel like someone's got an unresolved issue that they need to address. And then like this could be putting them, like if you're under, overwhelmed, stressed out, aggravated, that sort of thing, like you could be lashing out at people. Scorpio's got that stinger, them things, right? Yeah. Look, express your emotions at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this Mercury retrograde for Scorpio, there is something about this that is talking about resolving I feel like it's an internal conflict. It's something to do with their feelings, their emotions, maybe suppressed feelings or emotions. And it's time to redirect their energy into a more positive direction. Because I kind of feel with the energy I'm picking up on, like they're starting to recognize this isn't a healthy energy. This isn't a good energy. I need to do something about this. So, take what resonates, release what doesn't. Don't make anything fit. All right, let's go to see what messages want to come out for the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is for the Mercury retrograde that is taking place in the sign of Pisces. First card that comes up is Anointed with Love. So I feel like there is something coming together. Time to play is at the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna see, because I see this as Anointed with Love, and I typically don't pick up, like, this doesn't really, I see this when I look at this card, but I'm concerned about this. We are Mercury retrograde, and to me, it feels like they're in this bubble, and that bubble feels like an illusion, right? And this is what we are working towards doing right now. We are in this process of dissolving all the illusions. Um, so let me just keep going. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. Don't make anything fit. Next card that comes up is Manage Your Time. And this, I see that orb right there again as well. I'm not feeling these as portals. I'm feeling these as orbs. And I kind of feel like especially in this very first one right here, this one looks like they're inside this orb. And I feel like this is where I'm feeling this illusion. and then on this one, it's like on the outside of that orb, and they're looking into that orb. So I would be cautious, like just be very mindful, making sure you're seeing things clearly and they're actually the way you're perceiving them or seeing them. Resolve the conflict. That's the second time this has come out today. Harmonize life. There's something that feels to me in this Mercury retrograde where there's a recognition of what's an illusion, what is reality, and I feel like there's some sort of conflict. You have to go deep within, do some soul searching, and recognize, be honest with, and see for what it truly is in order to bring balance and harmony within your life. That's what I'm feeling is going on with that message. So let's see what is going on for the sign of Capricorn. Let's see what's going on for the sign of Capricorn. A lot of cards came out. Portal to success. Nothing is perfect. Bask in nature. So I feel like this is a pretty big deal for you. So if you are a Capricorn rising, like that's your first house, this would be your fourth house. No, third house, right? Capricorn, and then Aquarius would be two. Pisces would be your third house. There could be a lot of opportunity that I feel coming through for you. I think it's important to make sure you take the time out to process, to see things. Maybe not rush in and commit to anything because I feel like it gives me the vibe of this Mercury retrograde is going to bring conversations, communication, or information when it comes to opportunity. But during the Mercury retrograde itself, until it gets out of shadow, may not be the best off time to commit to these. However, unless it is something, there are always little loopholes or little, if it's something that maybe was an opportunity that you tried for in the past and it didn't work out, and then it's coming back to you during this Mercury retrograde, that could be a key to success right there. But it does give me the indication that it's important to take the time out to really step back, process, see things clearly, understand what you're really looking at or dealing with or having the opportunity to embark on before making any final choices and decisions. Next card that comes up is let go of the past. I did kind of feel this too, because I do feel like there could be more than one offer or opportunity that comes back from the past, but I do kind of get this vibe, and it may only be for one of you guys, but where an offer that you wanted so bad in the past didn't get presented to you, and for whatever reason, it's being brought back to you, but now that it's coming and being presented to you, you're not interested in it, right? So that maybe that's why I'm feeling this. Take that step back and really process what is happening and what's going on. I feel like you see something differently because I'm seeing it right here when I see this huge moon, and even in the portal to success, right? I'm feeling like there is this offer, this opportunity. There's something that's being illuminated. I just don't feel like you see it the same as the vibe I'm getting. Like maybe there's more than one offer and opportunity, and you're not interested in this one that comes back from the past. Next card up is shifting the blame. Yeah, there's something a little shiftier, uneasy in this energy. Remember, right here it says too, nothing is perfect, right? And I don't think you're expecting everything or like it all to be perfect, but something gives me the vibe that something's just not vibing with you when it comes to something. And with this shifting the blame, this could be whatever this opportunity is from the past, right? Like this could be what deters you from taking that offer and opportunity now, because I feel like it's just giving me the energy of somebody who wants to come in, like, I didn't offer this to you before, but I want to offer it to you now. I didn't, and kind of like blame the reason why they didn't give you the opportunity in the last time, right? Like they want to not be accountable, like I made a bad choice. Instead, they want to say, like blame, shift the blame is how I'm feeling with this. Welcome the change. I do feel like there's a change coming in for you, Capricorn. I'm just not sure it's going to be in that offer opportunity that comes back from the past, whatever that offer and opportunity is, because I feel like there's no accountability. That's just the vibe I get, is whatever it is that comes back. It's like realizing they messed up, but instead of saying I messed up and made a bad choice and did screwed up or whatever, hold themselves accountable. It's like I'm going to blame, well, whatever, however it is, it feels like that to me. So take what resonates, release what doesn't. Don't take anything that does not fit. All right, let's see what's going on with this Mercury retrograde for the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius, if this is your rising sign, that is, if you are an Aquarius, where that's your first house, this will be your second house. So that will be about money you earn from the job that you work, anointed with love. Something's coming together. Reach the unreachable. Let sweetness invigorate your life. Next card, resolve the conflict. I feel like biting my tongue right now because I really want to say something. Redirect the fire, yeah. So I feel like this is about coming together, healing a situation, something like that. And I really wanted to bite my tongue because I was like, I didn't get the good vibe. I'm seeing this resolve the conflict, redirect your fire. And when I look at these two cards together, it just feels like a lot of darkness, a lot of heaviness, a lot of burdens, a lot of baggage. Stay in the flow is on the bottom of the deck. So whether this be you or whatever this situation is, I feel like go with the flow. Stay where the energy is. Like this feels like an intense energy. It feels like a lot of darkness. Hold on. I feel a lot of darkness, and I feel like there could be a lot of things coming up. Like, ooh, I see all this, and I'm telling you, I had to. I was like, oh, I got to bite my tongue because I felt like, oh, something weren't right. Pluto is in the sign of Aquarius right now, so Pluto is turning up a lot of things that were hidden, done in the dark, lower vibrational energies. I mean, it can also dig up great things like uh, if it was in your first house, like you could really be digging deep, going within, doing some soul searching, really getting right in alignment, right? And you could uncover gifts within yourself, right? Um, on another note, this could be where there is something that is coming up or being dug up or being exposed and brought to the light. And it's going to be important for you to stay with the flow, stay in alignment with the higher vibrational frequencies, the frequencies like Aquarian energies are about integrity, authenticity, humanity. It's about innovation. It's about clear communication, all of those things. I kind of feel during this Mercury retrograde, there is something that's going to come up. And again, hopefully you are not part of this. Like, this isn't coming up to reveal something about a lower vibrational Aquarius, right? Um, but nonetheless, whatever this is, like, if you're responsible for it, obviously it's going to land on your lap. But if this is something that's coming up and it has nothing to do with you, you do not need to attach your energy to this. You can stay in the flow, stay in alignment with peace, balance, harmony, that sort of energy, and let that, because this to me just got I feel the word karma written all over it. I feel like dug up from the darkness, and Pluto is right in there right now in that sign of Aquarius. So I'm just saying it is what it is. All right, let's go and see what's going on for Pisces. What messages want to come out for Pisces for this Mercury retrograde that is taking place in your sign? Again, if you're a Pisces, this will be your first house. I want to go back because I already just keep feeling I don't feel overwhelmed, but I feel like I said it when I was starting the Aquarius energy. I said this could be your second house. So this could be where some things get exposed, come to the light when it comes to money, finances, resources, or things that you value. There's something that could be very well brought to the light and exposed. Whether you're the one who did this or it happened to you, like I feel like that's gonna be a thing. All right, now let's go on to Pisces. Pisces, let's see what's going on for you. This is your first house. If you're a Pisces rising, again, you guys can go online. You can get your birth chart. They're free. Just type it in, free natal chart, free birth chart. If you don't have it already, you can see where this is and how it's going, what houses are affected as a result of this. We got the virtue of humility showing up here. So I feel right away there's some humbling moments. I wanted to say humbling opportunities. I don't know why. But I wanted to say opportunities. Control your ego and embody modesty. I feel like this is an opportunity. And you know what? Like, we have already, well, not on here, but on my other platform, we've spent so long going through when there was certain energies and they were talking about an ego death, right? Um, and I kind of feel like this is it. And I feel like this is an opportunity, because I was saying the word opportunity, to put that ego down, right? To dismantle that ego is what I'm feeling. I feel like it's an opportunity to humble somebody, to humble oneself. We got coping with grief, right? So I feel like, ooh, sometimes that ego will keep you aligned or invested because, pride comes before the fall, right? Um, I feel like there is an opportunity to humble oneself, and I feel like then I'm seeing this coping with grief, and I feel like this grief is like confronting something head on. I feel like it's looking at something for the reality that it is versus the illusion. You know what I'm saying? It just gives me that vibe. Ooh, this Mercury retrograde in your first house, Pisces, could be a little challenging. So just be easy on yourself, one day at a time, take one step at a time, work through, feel those feelings. I'm sure it's intense. You have so many things going on in your in your sign right now. There's so many. Let's see what's in here as we speak. We got the sun, the north node, the Venus is here, Mercury is here. There's a lot of stuff going on right now in your sign. So, yeah, I feel some big changes are taking place, and that's not always easy. All right. What other messages for the sign of Pisces? Too many cards. Pisces for this Mercury retrograde. Welcome the change. I feel like there's a big change, yes, Pisces, that is taking place for you right now. I don't feel like this is an easy change. I feel like it's a very uncomfortable change. I feel like there's an opportunity for you to, feel it, heal it, humble yourself when it comes to situations. Don't let pride and ego, overtake the day, that sort of thing, and really align with the faithful way, the rising above the chaos and I feel illusion, the confusion, the illusion, all of that energy. What's underneath it? Attend to your spiritual needs. Very important as well, right? Take the time, meditate, go within, do that soul searching. Really take that hard look. The North Node is in your sign right now. It's at 9 degrees. It's going to be here for a minute longer. The South Node is in the sign of Virgo right now, which is your opposite sign, right? So there is this need to, I feel, align with more your feelings, your emotions, your spiritual side, and kind of, when the South Node is in Virgo, that's the physical things in the physical world, whatever that is for you. You could take what resonates, and but that is where we're, depending on what house that is for you too, where that's the South Node is where we're comfortable, and that's what we are meant to release. The North Node is where we have to step out of our comfort zone because we've never experienced or been there before, and so we are out of our comfort zone, right? And it's a little bit more challenging to step outside that box. And I feel like that is what you are being called to do. Be mindful, tend to your spiritual needs at this time as you're going through this process. So, everyone, I did all 12 signs. If you missed your sign, you can go back and watch it on replay. And I do apologize. I do not know why I jumped right into the sign of Cancer before I did the sign of Gemini. But anyhow, sorry for both of you guys, taking you out of order, but they are both up there. Have a great day, and thank you for being here.